Hi, Mom. This week, we're going to Panama City. We now have our temporary visa, as you know, so the next step for us is to get our driver's license, Panamanian driver's license, and in order to do that, we have to go to the Canadian embassy and have our Canadian driver's licenses authenticated or stamped, I don't know, something. So we're going to go to Panama City tonight. It's late. It's already 4 o'clock, so Brad's just had a massage because normally he does that on Thursdays. Today's Wednesday. So we're going to go and try and get to Santiago and stay the night in Santiago, and then tomorrow we'll drive the rest of the way to Panama City. We're not going to go into the city. We're just going to get a room just on the outskirts, because then we can just take an Uber into the embassy and we don't have to worry about crazy drivers or parking or any of that. And then we'll Uber back to the hotel and head home.
Boom, boom, there's a knock at the door, but don't freeze in your tracks. It's that chance that you've been waiting for. It's the light coming through the cracks. When life shows an open door, come on, step through. A chance like the purest gold. Come on, come on. When life shows an open road, you know you should ride. Forget
we're very slowly making our way up this very thin, winding hills and valley road, and we thought we'd take you along for a little ride.
It's open road. It's open road. It's open road.
Some kind of thing you ride at the circus or something. Like, it's unreal, man.
Well, we're climbing up the side of a volcano. You know, because when you want to go tour around,
You go
that's
outside
what
of a
you do,
volcano,
right?
Your wife takes you on the side of a volcano. I thought we were going to Panama City on the highway.
I just thought it would be a fun detour, something to see. It was one of the areas that I looked at for living in. But Brad wasn't comfortable with the idea of living in a volcano.
Imagine that, eh?
On the side of one is bad enough.
Yeah, I don't know why I would be concerned about living inside of a volcano. I don't know. I mean,
Okay, so we just went through a school zone. It was it's 11:57. The kids are all let out for lunch, and there was not a sound. I would have recorded it, except it's kids, so I didn't want to do that. But
yeah, there's hundreds of them.
there was no. They were all just quiet. You know, back in Canada, the kids get let out. They're screaming, they're running, they're making all kinds of ruckus and hoopla. There was absolute quiet.
It was like silence. It was really incredible.
Never. Oh, car. We were still on the small road.
Yeah. Suddenly we come upon.
Suddenly, the tide has turned and we've come out on top.
Trevor, if you're watching this, buddy, this is for you. Love you, man. Hey guys, we're sitting here in a beautiful little cafe in the middle, or the bottom I should say, of a volcano, ancient volcano. You know, I blew the top off of it many moons ago, but it's absolutely beautiful. You can feel the energy of the jungle here. You can feel the, you can see, I mean, you can just feel the beauty. It's so beautiful here, and I really recommend that you come here. If you're ever coming to Panama, come here. It's gorgeous. What else can you say? Be careful which road you pick to come here, because the road to come here was pretty sketchy, if you know what I mean. It was like a roller coaster. And if your wife's a backseat driver like my wife is, and you don't have anything for her to read while you're doing it, it's going to get crazy.
Okay, so we are coming in towards Panama City now, and we were going to go to the Holiday Inn because it was on the canal, but it's half an hour from the embassy, and we want to make sure that we're not late, and we don't want to be doing it all morning. So we're in Panama City, presumably, and we were on the move, but then it looks like we somehow missed, there was a turn, off of a turn, and we missed it. So now we're back, we're back in.
We're back into the dance of the cars.
Yeah.
Very slow, aggressive dance.
We have to go out and do a loopy-loop, a very large loopy-loop, and then try it from a different angle. So we'll see how we make out with that.
It's kind of fun. Everybody's beeping at each other.
But like, we are within 2 kilometers.
Yeah, we're close.
We're like, and it's gonna take us 13 minutes to get there.
If only we can get there.
And I have to pee.
Yeah, there's nothing new about that.
Don't
Good morning. We are on our way by Uber to the Canadian Embassy to get our licenses authenticated, and then we will Uber back to the hotel, pick up our car,
Then we'll get
go home.
Then we'll get the Uber out of here.
So we are now waiting downstairs at the embassy. We've done the bit upstairs. Obviously, you can't take pictures of that. They actually lock your phones up outside. So we're now waiting because the embassy told us we had to go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs here in Panama City. So I called our lawyer, and he has a girl here who does all of that. So she's going to come and meet us here and get the paperwork, save him a step of having to send it to her, and then she can deal with all of that stuff next week, which is great, and we can head home because it's a long trip. Here's a pro tip that not a lot of people get, and our lawyer explained it to us. When you have your temporary visa, you are not allowed to drive. But under your passport, you have 90 days where you can drive with your Canadian license, or American, whatever the case is. So if you do have an incident with traffic or whatever, do not show your visa card. Only provide your passport, because then you have 90 days. So there's a tip for you.
Happy 17th anniversary, honey. 17 blissful years of bliss. And we're celebrating here in beautiful Panama in a beautiful restaurant. And here we go.
Thanks for popping by this week, and remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next Sunday.